All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to another weekly Monetize Your Skills slash Strategic Secrets University webinar training. I'm sure, hope that you're having a wonderful week. If not, as we normally say, hey, the weekend is here anyhow, so you will be able to maximize your life and enjoy the weekend to the fullest. But first, we want to be able to get into our weekly training because this is where we help our professionals, entrepreneurs, ministry leaders, and success minded individuals to be able to up level their life and every aspect of it. We want you to be able to monetize your skills, we want to be able to fund your dreams and sustain whatever God given mission, message, or cause that He has given to you. So, we're going to do our quick test here. If you have any questions, again, feel free to always leave it here or send us an email at chance@strategicsecrets.com. So let me just do one quick check on my phone, make sure everything is good. I want to make sure you can see me, make sure you can hear me, and stuff like that. Okay, so this will just be one quick second. Okay, we're coming through. Voila. So I hope you have been following us on social media lately because we've been posting quite a few things there for our community. Okay. Alrighty. So this is kind of a builder on last week's presentation. Okay. Let me put this down just a bit for folks can see me a little bit clearer. It's been a busy week so far. We have a lot going on. We have a big conference in our local community of our sisterhood of churches. We'll be getting together this weekend. And so we have been quite busy. Since last Saturday, it was busy at church. We had a seminar that we went to in the evenings that lasted till almost 12 o'clock. I don't know, after 11 rather. 11 at night, my son was so tired, we kind of punished him. And then Sunday last week, we did a writer's workshop. 4 hours straight, deep dive training on how to write and publish books. So we hope that through that workshop, we'll have more people coming into our community so that they can be part of what we are doing here. But last week, I spoke on what you can do with your book to be able to get books for speaking engagements, coaching clients, customers, and whatnot. Tonight, I want to share with you a success story that I think is going to really and truly inspire you and encourage you again of what's possible. Again, according to FTC regulations, we cannot promise results, but what we can say is this: if you follow and implement, because nothing happens without action. And everyone is different in terms of drive, motivation, and what they do. Most people receive training, but they don't actually implement. So, but we really and truly firmly believe that if you will take action, if you will implement, indeed you must and you will get results. Why? Because we've done this over and over again, and we've seen it done by many, many, many people. Thousands of people have done it, and we know that you can too, but you have to take the actions. Okay, so let me just do my official introduction for this evening. My name is Chance, U.S. Navy veteran, #1 best-selling author, minister, and implementation strategist. My goal here with Strategic Secrets University and Monetize Your Skills Academy is to help professionals, entrepreneurs, ministry leaders, and success-minded men and women to take their God-given gifts, their talents, their education, expertise, and experiences, and wrap those into products, programs, or services so they can do three things. Number one is be able to make a lasting impact to fund their dreams and sustain their God-given mission, message, or cause. If that resonates with you, you are in the right place. And so we do that through a multitude of things. We do trainings, we are able to do coaching program, we write books, we have online courses, many things like that, because these are the way today that people are consuming information. But furthermore, we build a like-minded tribe of community members who are able to help each other out, who are able to go and make a difference in this world. And that's the kind of people we really enjoy working with. So tonight, let me bring up a PowerPoint slide. We're going to work swiftly tonight from this slideshow. Okay. So let me see, make sure that you are seeing it here on the screen. Awesome. Okay, so we will be talking tonight about a topic that will really and truly bless you. I'm not just bringing theory to you. We are bringing practical stuff. These are things that I personally do. Okay, these are some of in my books. And again, I minister in a multifaceted way. Okay, in the pulpit, I'm a minister. I help people with their spiritual lives. But in this regard, this is one of my own personal ministry or life calling where I really believe that I want to help professionals, entrepreneurs, and ministry leaders to really monetize their skills, because these are the men and women, if we'll be frank and honest, who are really and truly changing the world. And so we want to be able to empower that class. It's not just me. If we just stay within the pulpit, within the pews, within the church, we will not make the kind of impact on the world like we need to. So I believe personally that we have to equip and empower those with the gifts and talents that God has given to them to go out into the marketplace, go out into the world and make a lasting impact without apology, because we have been given a mandate to change and transform the world. Sometimes people say that, evil prevails because good people sit back and do nothing and be nothing. And all we do sometimes is criticize. That's not what we are here for. We are here to make an impact. We are here to make influence. And we also use our income to be able to leverage those things to now help the world to become the place that we desire it to be. And so tonight, what are we going to learn? We are going to learn, it's a case study on how to make your first $25,000 from a book. Yes, again, my goal, you know me, one of my sayings when it comes to books is that every professional entrepreneur, ministry leader, coach, consultant, author, speaker, whatever have you, if you're a success-minded individual, then you need to have a book. There is no ands or ifs about it. You should have a book, and we have been teaching you how to do that. By the way, if by chance you make it onto this webinar through a friend or a link from someone, or you found it online, do know that we teach people the ins and out of how to write and publish and promote their books. So you can go to strategicsecrets.com/books, strategicsecrets.com/courses. There we have a university that gives you the tools, and we have a full online course that will walk you through that, because your book is truly the key to leverage your skills, your talents, your expertise, and to be able to bless people. Your book is the best business card. It automatically gives you credibility. Your book can be a blessing to so many people because it can go where you can go, where you cannot go, and sometimes it can stay where you cannot stay. Okay, so your book is really a tool that will open new doors and opportunities. So whether you want to write for profit or you want to write for passion, either way, you should put your message in a book to bless your family, your friends, or a small community. But we, as a faith-based community here as well, we want to impact the world, not just those right around us. We want to be able to have our message go wide and far, because people are waiting for positive information. There's so much negativity happening in our world today, but the people with the voices sometimes sit back and do nothing. Every one of us have a story, and if we each take our story and put it out there, I know that we can touch others. Not everyone resonates with me, but people will resonate with you. So if each of us put our information in books and courses and products and programs and coaching program, consulting programs, and we go out and teach and preach and coach and do all these different things, then we can really have the kind of impact that I believe that needs to happen right now in the world. So this is a big topic. And again, we are not putting these things out to impress anyone, but to impress upon you the possibilities, the things that can happen, and the floodgates that can be opened when you follow the blueprint, right? It's all about having a system and a strategy. So that's why we are called Strategic Secrets, because we use strategy to make impact and not just willy-nilly, going out there. So here are some of our students right here, part of your community. These are people who have gone through our program and courses, produced different things, right? Orlando Salinas was a person who, as you can see from his book, how he went from convict to drug addict, and now to CEO, best-selling author, and motivational speaker. Now, if someone has that story and background, and they're able now to rebound and not put their message in a book, they're not ashamed. This is nothing about being ashamed. His message will reach the kind of people that I cannot reach. I don't have that type of story. Okay, but he has, and so somebody will resonate with that story. And as a matter of fact, many people are already resonated with that story because he speaks on the very same topic. Then we have a university student right here, Michael Hiller, who has taken our information on how to write books quickly, and he has produced this wonderful book called The Amen. Then we have my own mother, who has also created a book, Delicious Caribbean Recipes. By the way, if you want some recipes from the islands, please go ahead and check their books out. By the way, their books are right here on our website. We want you to support us, strategicsecrets.com/books, or you can find them on Amazon as well. But we prefer that you buy from us. And then Michael Appiah, he's all the way in Canada, but he has written a book for executives called Revolutionary Leadership, and his book is touching people in that aspect, that regards. We have Dare to Desire, which is a brand new book, one of the newest in our community, actually. So we have Sindel Hollinson, who is a nurse, but also a doctoral student. So she is actually right now going to be launching her book this weekend, and so we are celebrating with her and we appreciate. By the way, please, if you are on this webcast in our community or whenever you might be listening to this, whether it be a replay or something, go ahead and support these individuals. You know how difficult it is to go through some of these things and the stress that some people go through, which are, understandable. We make it as simple as we can, but of course, when you do something for the first time, there's always that bit of anxiety. But it's not easy to just do it because everyone would be doing it. But we make it simple, but everyone has their own struggles and journey. But nonetheless, Sindel made it happen, and her book is out, and she is speaking on this. She's in the process of also developing a curriculum that goes along with it. So I'm beseeching you to go out there and get her book. You can get it from our website, or again, go to Amazon, search her name, Sindel Hollinson, and get her book. Dr. Donna Cooper. So we see again the wide repertoire of people here. She's in the health niche, and so she has packaged her wisdom as a doctor into books and courses. So she has 2 books here, but we have produced several other books for her. But these 2 that are on the screen are Incredibly Delicious Vegan Recipes and Get Healthy for Life. And by the way, she has 2 courses on our university right now. So if you have not taken these health courses, please, I beg you to go there. Okay, and then my good friend Erica Nino has produced Online Profit Secrets, which is a book that tells you at least 5 different ways of how you can actually make money online. So there you have it. It's that simple, right? Sometimes we look high and yonder and we pray for this to happen, and God is giving us instructions in all of these things because He reveals His will. Okay, for example, you cannot necessarily go to the Bible and find out how to make money online. Okay, but God has inspired His own children with that gift and talent, and they've written books. And so therefore, if you want to know how to produce money online or income online or have an influence online, you're not going to go to the Bible to get that wisdom, though the God can give it to you, but God has given other people the wisdom. So just go there and get it from them. And again, all of these individuals, at least whose books are on here, and we help all manner of people, but all of these, you can trust that these are faith-based people, and the Lord is blessing them and He's giving them wisdom and understanding to produce this material. So go on out and support them. So let's get into it now. I want to share with you the story here of Taurus Montgomery. And so we want to highlight him tonight. And so this is going to be the case study that we go through to share with you how Taurus took his book right here, Set on Fire, to be able to go out there and actually make $25,000 in just a matter of 8 weeks. I want to show you his video first before we go any further. So check out his video here.
Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Taurus Montgomery, and I am the best-selling author of Set on Fire. That's my book. My first book is called Set on Fire, How Life's Devastations Can Lead You to Your Destiny. And listen, I want to let you know that Randrick Chance had a major part to play in me completing this project. I'm talking about from the first time that I started and writing the book to throughout the process, from the cover design, encouragement, and to keep on pushing, to how to go about marketing the book. I mean, so many different ways he's really poured into me and helping me to become a published author. So far, within the past 7 weeks, we've sold over 1,100 copies. And I'm just grateful to him and to the services that he provides. So if you're looking to somebody to help you to get that book written, and not just get it written, but get it out there, right? Then Randrick Chance is your guy.
All right. Now, was that awesome or what? Torres's story is absolutely amazing. And so I've known Torres for quite a long time when he was at the university. My wife went to Oakwood University. And so we worked together in mission. We've done stuff in the United States, traveled around the world, and so forth. He's invited me to his church. He's actually a pastor, he's an author, he's a coach. He has actually shared the stage even with Scottie Pippen. And so he's going on to do great and mighty things. But we want to break down just a little bit on how he was able to do it. Again, results are not typical, but Torres is a go-getter. Torres takes action. And so that's one of the things I love about him. And so as he shared within there, we had a part to play in bringing his work to life, but he's the one, of course, who did the work. So we want you to know that it is possible. And by the way, go to torresmontgomery.com. Since we're talking about him, again, we want you to support people from our community. This is like-mindedness. We believe in helping one another to make it and helping each other's product. But nonetheless, this is an awesome story that will inspire you. If you have a child who wants some motivation, inspiration, this is a great book. This is Torres' story. Again, every one of us, we all have a story. But just the basic. Torres' house burnt down, and he said that this was the best day of his life because it turned his whole life around for the good. Okay, so from how life's devastation can lead to your destiny, and that's exactly what happened. So this young man really and truly has done some phenomenal things. When he came to the university, he had a 1.9 GPA, but that was just the genesis of his academic journey. By the time he graduated, however, guess what? He graduated with a 3.9 GPA and has now completed his master's degree as well. So your life does not have to be where it is. Your life can become great, and that's what Torres is sharing and teaching. Please go ahead and get his book. So let's continue with the slideshow. I'm here. Hopefully we don't have to start back again from the beginning. But nonetheless, if that's the case, give us a second here. Okay, let's start it from right here. Okay, so as he mentioned in the video, and of course, this was a while back too, so he's done way more than 1,100 copies. But again, this book had a price point of $25 already. $25 was the price point. I was able to get my copy of this book. Praise God, he also signed it. If you can see that here. Voila, that's always good, right? When they have the book signed by the author. That's one of the blessings we spoke about last Sunday at our workshop. But 1,100 copies, so we just do the basic math there, right? If he had 1,100 copies, just even that by itself, and he sold, he sold 1,100 copies at a price point of $25, you can already see. But nonetheless, I know he's given away, many, many copies of his books also. And at the end, please stay to the end. I'll show you an awesome video where he is bringing in a big old tractor trailer full of books, 5,000 more copies that he had ordered. Okay, so it's going to be amazing. But we want to break it down to you because, again, if you're in our community or you're thinking of writing a book or you've been on the sidelines of writing the book, this hopefully will give you motivation. Not only that, but there are many authors who have produced their books and it's not moving, it's not producing anything for them. And they're thinking, well, oh, the books thing doesn't work and, it's not really helpful for me. Again, it's strategy you have to use. Some people don't have any plans for their books after the book is produced. You see, the producing the book is one thing. We believe that actually that's the easiest part of the whole entire journey is bringing the book to life. But it's what you do afterwards that's really distinguishes you from a writer, an author, a published author or a best-selling author. You see, that these are all different levels. A writer just writes. An author is one who probably is published, and a best-selling author is one who have sold a whole lot of books. So that's the kind of stuff that we are looking at, and we want you to gradually make your way to actually becoming a best-selling author. So we've shared 7 ways, 7 great ways to monetize your book, and then we're going to capitalize on the one way that Taurus chose. Now we share again many different strategies. These are our top 7 great ways, but there are many strategies that we share in our book to business bootcamp. So here's the breakdown. This slide right here is basically the foundational framework of skills monetization in the digital era. We use this for every single thing. So, but notice we like to start with a book in the front end. A book is like that thing that brings in the leads, that attracts people to you. It's a low price point. It's low enough where people can, give you a sale. But when people buy one thing, they want another thing. So if you sell a book, that's number one. Then you create an online course. Okay. That's number two. The online course is more expensive than what? Than the book. And then from that, people who want to go even deeper or have one-on-one with you, you can begin coaching them. You can begin consulting with them. Then higher up than that, you offer premium offers of premium products. Voila. So you can do it with them or do it for them, done for you services, or have mastermind, different things like that, or group coaching. Then we have speaking engagements, which we shared about last week. That's the one we focused on, where you can make, anywhere from the low end 2,500, 5,000 and above with speaking engagement. So this is awesome. And then we can use now membership sites and different things like that. These are monthly one-on-one, monthly calls, weekly calls, and different things like that. This is where you get now the recurring revenue. Okay. So again, we look at books, we have courses, we have coaching. You can coach one-on-one, different people, executives, or whomever people want to lose weight, or you can consult for businesses, nonprofit organizations, for churches. You can do masterminds or have premium products and services that you do for people. You can speak, you can coach. We already mentioned coach, but you can do seminars or workshop, training events, and you can have membership sites. So this is actually more than 7. Okay, and then not to mention affiliates, right? So that's on the whole nother level. We're not going to get into that today, but if you get into Monetize Your Skills Academy, all of that is covered in there. Okay, so this is our framework here. This is everything that you are pretty much going to learn in one way or the other by being a part of Strategic Secrets family. Okay, because we cover each of these in different aspects, but our big course, Monetize Your Skills, this is the umbrella. Everything else is broken down underneath this. And so we share this in different settings, but nonetheless, if this is all that you know and all that you keep in front of you, you will always have a way to monetize your skills. You will always have a system and strategy to make extra income. This right here is our thing, and that's why it's a trademark now, Strategic Secret Skills Monetization Framework. This is the great up level piece of tool, or whatever you want to call it, to actually maximize your impact in the world today. So out of that now, Taurus use what we call speaking engagements to actually make this $25,000. Okay. Now he has made way more than that. Don't get me wrong. Actually, his first great thing was once his book was produced, once he had the book written, he was able now to approach a school and get an $8,000 contract to present to that school for 8 weeks. All right. How would you like that? Okay. So that's like having $1,000 a week right there. So, but that was based on his book. They loved the message of the book, and therefore they invited him to speak to the school, to the young people, and that contract was for $8,000. But we are speaking now. How did he gain the 25,000? So, as we mentioned, you want to take your book, you're going to use your book to get booked for conferences, speaking engagements, seminars, keynote speaking, to present as someone at a church or nonprofit organization, or to be a coach for individuals or a group of individuals, or a consultant for a business, a company, whatever it may be, nonprofit organization again, or even a church, or to be a trainer. That's what your book can do. And what you're doing is you're speaking on the very topic that is in your book. And the framework that you will be teaching is the framework that is in the table of contents generally. That's what we call your map. Okay, that's your map for what you want to do. So that's why you have to have the book. The book is truly the great game changer, or the leveling playing field right there that makes you on the same par as anyone like your Tony Robbins, John Maxwell, Les Brown, all of these people. Okay, you can be on the same par when you create your book, but without it, you can't get booked, or it becomes harder to get booked. So use your book to get booked. And all of these are different ways in which now you will be able to gain the income. Because again, most speaking engagements, you will generally find that you can make, again, on the low end, $2,500, 5,000 and more. So if you get a conference to speak at a conference, voila, there's a lot of people that's already there at the conference. At a seminar, again, a lot of people are there. A workshop, smaller people, but nonetheless people that you can sell to. They're already motivated. They're already paid to be there in most cases. And then because you are a speaker, you have the trusted, the trust and the credibility, then followed by the fact that you have a book. So after the speaking engagement, now guess what you do? You go and sell your book. So that's exactly what happened again this past weekend. I mean, we see it all the time, but we never put two and two together. This past weekend, we went to see Nick Vujicic. That's the young man who without arms and limbs, and he was in our area speaking this past weekend. But again, all of the speakers, the vast majority of them, they had books, and then at the end of their speech, guess what? Hey, meet me at the table, and they even give that scarcity. I only have 100 books left, but then when you went out there, it's a whole lot more than 100 books sometimes. But I'm just saying is they're selling their books, they're selling their other auxiliary products. That's where the money is truly made. Because here's the thing. If Torres were to sell, let's just say, for example, he sold 20. Now, this is a system and strategy. There are multiple ways of doing it, but he chose this route. But I'm just saying, for example, he sold 1,100 copies to make that amount of money. Now, what we're saying is, what if, for example, you had 5 speaking engagements, and now, just those 5 speaking engagements without the books, you were able to charge $5,000. Now, I'd rather do 5 speaking engagement than sell even 1,100 copies of books, right? Because that's small price. But imagine when you already at the speaking engagement. Imagine if you were able to sell another 1,100 copies. Now we're really looking at monetization on a serious level. But that's the kind of stuff that could have been a $50,000 speaking engagement, or worth of funds that you can do a whole lot more. And by the way, again, in our community, it's not about the money; it's what you can do with it. People hearing me, sometimes folks get that kind of mixed up. We believe that when you have more money, you can do more for God. When you have more money, you can help the poor, you can help the sick, you can help those who are struggling financially. When you have more money, you can build more churches, build more schools, and build more hospitals. When you have more money, you can help your church. You can be able to help people become debt free, your church become debt free, your family become debt free, and so forth. So money is a great tool in the hands of God's people. Okay, so don't ever have the idea of being anti-money. If you have an attitude of being anti-money, trust me, you will never have it, and you will always be broke and struggling. Do away with those type of things. God has no problem with money. Human beings have problems with money, but good people will do good things with money. Evil people, bad people will do evil and bad things with money. It's just that simple. Money accentuates who you are. So the more good and the more God you have in your heart, the more good you will do when he blesses you with money. So that's what even Torres does. Torres, again, he helps a lot of young people in his community. He's doing community health fairs, health expos, stuff like that. He has a movement, gym called GYM, which is Greater Youth Movement, where he is impacting the lives. It takes resources to do all of that. Okay, it takes a lot of resources, matter of fact, to do all of that. So that's why we believe you should monetize your skills. Okay, and this is just one way. We've shared with you just from that slide previously that that's at least 10 different ways that you can monetize your skills. So, but speaking though is one of the best ways because it gives you the greatest leverage pretty much because you're bringing all the elements together. At the speaking engagement, you've already charged, or even if you don't charge, you will make money because you're selling your books. Then you can upsell people into your other things like coaching, like Torres has coaching stuff. Go on his website and you will see all of these things in play. Again, it's torresmontgomery.com. So let's look at this other slide. So here is my own example, right? This is me speaking at the NHPO, the National Hispanic Professional Organization. I was invited by the education director. Now, he did not even get the book from me. It was one of my colleagues, Erica Nino. She's there in the front, the third from the far right. And so, I mean, we helped her write her book. But I met her actually at a networking event in my community. And again, this I use my book as my business card. So I gave her the business card, which is my book, okay, and then she was able to share it with Mr. Mike Wilson, who brought me into this speaking engagement or workshop. Now I didn't charge anything, but they charge people to be there. But while I was there, I was able to now um, upsell people into a workshop, a full 1 day workshop that I was doing the following week. And because of that, we were able to actually outsell what the organization themselves did. Not, bragging or boasting, it's just to show you how this thing actually works. So I'm using my book right here. I get invitations all the time, whether it be to speak for churches, whether it be to speak for family events or whatever it may be. But it's not only spiritual things, it's whatever I write books about. That's what people want to invite me to speak about. There was a medical doctor actually in California a few months ago who asked me to come out there to speak. Why? Because he found my book, Monetize Your Skills. He did not, and he knows I'm a pastor. He's actually one of the leaders in the church there. But what he does is he actually have a mentoring program for men. And so what he wanted to do is help those men to get back on their feet. So he figured someone with this caliber or this type of material, this book, can help these men monetize their skills, because many of them may have records or different things like that. And so it's not always easy for them to have a traditional job. But using the principles in monetize your skills, anybody, absolutely anybody with any kind of experience can actually monetize their skills. And we thank God for the power of technology. So here you see me using again my books to speak to audiences, and that's what Taurus did. He used his book to book a lot of speaking engagements. And as you go to those speaking engagements, you're able to sell your books and sell your other things, which are your coaching program, your courses, and so forth. And so here are some of the big timers doing it the same thing, right? These are experts who speak professionally, but they have books. So you look at Adam Ginsberg, who's an internet millionaire, author, inspirational speaker, and the world's #1 eBay and Amazon expert. So here I am with him at a big old, that was a big seminar as well. Thousands of people actually were there to hear him speak, but I was able to get a picture with him, right? Then in the middle, we have Dr. Willie Jolly, who is named one of the 5 outstanding speakers in the world. I have his books right here on my bookshelf that was signed also by Dr. Willie Jolly. But Willie Jolly again sells a bunch of books every single year. He has speaking engagements, and he has a lot of other programs that he sells as well. Then Dr. Clarice Fluid, who's a personal advisor, master coach, and a great motivational speaker. She herself was in ministry for 40 years. Then she wanted to transition. What is she going to do? Well, God told her that she needs to go into the business world, the marketplace, because again, many people of faith limit themselves to just your so-called ministry. But you can actually serve God wherever. So when she was planning her comeback, or second career, if we want to put it like that, what she did was she went out into the real estate world. And from in the real estate world, she was able to make 7 figures. And from there now, she began to share the stage with people like, well, some controversial ones even now. But we're talking about presidents, we're talking about people, basketball owners of franchises and different things like that. Les Brown, Zig Ziglar, all the top people who speak today, she has been able to share the stage with them. And so, but again, she has books. You go to her website, she has a lot of books. She does online webinars and training and mastermind workshops and conferences. So she's always been invited to speak. And so that's how she continues to make 7 figures a year. By the way, all three of these individuals that you see me with here, they're all millionaires, okay? Vetted, proved, okay? These are not no makeup numbers, okay? You know Willie Jolly, you know Adam Ginsberg, okay? Clarice Fluid, you may not know, but yes, all of these are 7-figure earners. Now, so here's the game plan. How do you actually make 25,000 with your book, as Taurus did? Okay, this is the breakdown. You want to use your book to book leads, contacts, followers, emails, and interests. In other words, you can give away your book for free so that now people know about you. They learn to follow you. Or, of course, you have them on different prices, pretty much less than $25. This will enable people to get your book, whether it be on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, on any of the book outlets. As they get your book, they build a following. They become part of your world now. And so that's where we talk about this following, this tribe of people that will know you now, not just simply in your local community, but they're able to interact with you. But if you're a business, if you are a professional, these are leads, these are now contacts that can be in your email database or whatever database you have, that now you can offer them other things, not just simply the book. So the book brings them into your world to educate them about what you do. If they love your message and they resonate with it, then most likely they will want something else that belongs to, that you do. See how this works? It's kind of like this. It's like you go into the fast food chains. Let's just say McDonald's for simplicity. So you go into McDonald's, you get the little, you go in there to get one little cheap burger, right, 99 cents. But then they're gonna sell you the big fries and the full meal, and then you want a supersized drink. See, that's upsell, right? That's the scale that you're seeing right there. Or for those who are into tech, right? Let's take Apple products, for example. Many people start out with the little iPod, and then we graduated to the iPad, and then we have the iPhone, and then we have the Mac laptop or PC, the Mac computer, and then now we have even $10,000 watch. We have even $1,000 phone. So that's an escalation. That's what we call an ascending product suite. So they have a suite of products that start out small, so that way it builds up a clientele or a list of customers or patients, or it could be sponsors and donors. You have a big database, and then as it grows, more and more people will want to, go deeper and support your cause at a bigger level. Okay, so if you want to do this like Torres did, because again, we don't have to say you have to do 100. You can do more than 100, or you can do less. The point is you want to contact a lot of event planners and organizations to book you, to bring you in to speak. Okay, and never limit yourself. By the way, never limit yourself to say who am I to do that. And my question to you is, who are you not to do it? That's the thing you want to ask. Who are you not to be able to be invited to speak? And you don't have to be the most educated. What you do is you use what you have. If it's education, maximize it. But experiences, if you have actually lost weight, for example, you don't have to be a doctor to tell people how to lose weight. You went through it. You lost the weight. If you have been divorced and you have gone through that successfully, and now you have bounced back, you are the one most fitted to teach somebody else and bring them comfort and hope. People who have been sick and they overcame their sickness, whether it's cancer or something else. These are the most equipped people to tell others. Spiritually, God has done great things in your life. Whatever it is, you can write a faith-based book, or you can speak on that subject. If you're a parent, you automatically qualifies to tell anybody about parenting. So you have to be brave, okay? Be brave. So you want to contact or call and contact 100 event planners and organizations to bring you in to speak. Speak about what? Well, speak about your topic. Speak about your whatever it is that you are good at. But our thing is that you're going to speak about whatever you have written the book on. So I've published now 11 books. So I can speak on any one of those things that people want to know and hear about. Then out of that 100, let's just say, even hypothetically, you can do 1, 2, or 3 events a month, and you're going to charge $2,500 to $5,000. Oh my, I can hear some folks. Who's going to pay you that? My question is, who is not going to pay you that? Okay, you have to value yourself. Now, here's the thing. Interestingly, this is industry standard. Most speakers actually begin at the 2,500 to 5,000 range. So this is nothing new. People who book people for events, this is where they start. And this goes all over the field, by the way. My church, I'm telling you, last year we were trying to bring a speaker from a major television ministry. The speaker's fee alone was 10,000. So this is actually peanuts compared to that, and this is church. So that's what I'm saying. You saying, oh, we're talking about business here. But even in the church, look at people are charging how much? $10,000. And then his auxiliary fees, travel, food, equipment depreciation, all these things was another $6,000. So we're looking at $16,000 just to book this one speaker. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? So that's why we said there is a lot of revenue to be made in the speaking niche, in the speaking industry. But it is powerful when you have a book to go along with it. Because here's the thing, you will be leaving money on the table. So let's just say they brought you in for 2,500 or 5,000. Let's make it 5,000. I want to make it bigger so you can start thinking bigger. So they bring you in, but let's just say you have some books, and even if it was 100 people there and they bought your book for $10, we make it small, then that's an extra $1,000 that you made right there. Okay. But now, while you're there, remember that integrated product suite we talk about. So let's just say you sold 100 books at the event. So now you're at $6,000. What if 10 people from there want you to privately coach them? And your coaching program is, guess what? $2,000. Ooh, now you can see the integration and escalation there. So 10 people out of the 100, you didn't get everybody, but all of them have your book. So now hopefully in the future, they might book you for something else. Okay. But let's just say out of the 100, you get 10 to do your coaching program. That's, that's 10 times 2,000. You're looking at 20,000. So 20,000 plus 6,000, now you made $26,000. You can see again how we say that this is where you're looking at making your first 25,000. That's how you do it. Okay, that's how you do it. Then of course, you're going to sell your book at the event. You're going to upsell other programs, and then you rinse and repeat until you make 6 and 7 figures. That's it. It's a simple blueprint. Now people might say, well, Chance, that sounds simple. Well, that's good because we believe in simplicity. It's the little things that most people don't do, not the difficult things. It is the little things that we do not do. So if you're looking to make an extra 25,000 this quarter, here is your blueprint. Because here's the thing. Most people, when they say, I want to make 6 figures or 7 figures, we just wishing. I want to be a millionaire. Well, how are you going to do it? You must have a system and a process. If you want to get a graduate degree, you got to go through undergrad. You got to go through, if you did associate, you got to do bachelor's. So that's a system. It's a strategy. It's a process. I want to lose weight. Okay, you're going to follow this diet plan and that exercise program, P90X, T25, whatever it may be. It's a system or a process. You want to improve your great relationship. We might do focus on the family stuff, or weekend to remember marriage, or something, or the art of marriage, whatever it may be, by focus on the family, and also Dennis Rainey's ministry. So they have a system. You want to get out of debt. You might follow a system by Dave Ramsey, which is called Financial Peace University. That's the system. You want to monetize your skills? Take Monetize Your Skills Academy. That's the system. You want to write a book? Book to Business Bootcamp. That's the system. So you have to have a system and a process to create and achieve your outcomes. Okay. Oh, by the way, just a quick plug. If you want to get into book to business bootcamp, because this go together. Okay. Because if you get a speaking engagement and you don't have a book, you're leaving money on the table. Okay. And so if you're trying to speak and you don't have a book, you're actually making it harder, because it's easier when you have a book already. So they play off of each other. So if you want to know how to write a book, you can get into Book to Business Bootcamp. Okay, that is a 7 module. We can take you through 7 steps, and it will help you systematically to create, to write, publish, and promote, market your book effectively. And these are the kind of strategies that you will learn in there that will help you to make more than 25,000. But we are giving you a blueprint to make 25,000. This was, again, a success story. Torres Montgomery, he did it. He went through, I believe, even the hard way. But there are simpler ways, but this is just one of the ways. And his system was basically, he has booked many speaking engagement, and when he went to those speaking engagement, he sold his book. Voila, 1,100 copies at a price point of $25,000. $25. It's a wrap. Voila, it's very simple, very simple. 1,100 copies of books he sold, and then $25 price point. Voila. But what got him in front of the people was the fact that he used the channel of speaking, and he was able to get those speaking engagement because he already has a book. Okay, so I want you to stay at the end, because I'm telling you, I have a video. I want to show you another video of his where you see the truck pulling up of another load of 5,000 books coming in. So it's not impossible. Our system, the way I like to personally do, I don't like to sell a whole lot of books. I actually give away more books than I sell, but I give away books because of potential of people now booking me for my coaching programs or for online courses and the like. The reason I do this too is because, well, what I do, I'm a pastor of two churches. I'm a husband, I'm a father, I'm a student. I do all these other things, so I don't have time to actually go out there like most people. But I like to do speaking engagement. I don't take a lot either because I have to manage myself. But even most of my speaking engagement, I do them for free because I do them as a donation type of a thing, in-kind contribution, but I still upsell people into my other products and programs because I know people want more than simply hearing you speak or reading your book. They want to go deeper. So that's why we build on the book and we go. So that's it. That's the blueprint. I hope you got it. Let's repeat it one more time. Use a book to book leads, contacts, followers, email, interest, supporters, donors, whatever have you. This is a lead generator. Now you contact at least 100 event planners, organizations that you want to work with or speak for. Out of those, if you can, or even hire somebody to do it, but if you can do one or two, even a month of speaking engagement where you can do $25 to $1,000, $2,500 to $5,000, that right there will be awesome income to help you do your other things. And now, how will this be? If you already have a job or you already have a business, this is just extra money now. You can do great good. Now you can bless the poor and the homeless and the hungry, orphans and widows and ministries and missions and build churches and schools and hospitals, all of this stuff, what you're able to do when you follow this program out here. So let's look at some of the numbers real quick. And all you got to do is while you're there, you sell your books, your other coaching program. Remember that graph, that diagram I just showed you. If you do any of those, then you just rinse, repeat, and do that until you make your 6 and 7 figures. So let's look at some numbers right here. So let's just say you want to make an extra 10, 50, 100,000. So here is an example. If you sold 100 books at $12 price point, okay, and that will be $1,200. So let's just say that's once a week. So you sell 100 books a week, you make $1,200. 4 weeks in a month, you make $4,800. You do that 12 times a year, you make $57,600. Now, how is that? Now, imagine if you have a regular job, just even making 50,000, then you've already actually what? You're making 6 figures a year, just simply like that. But let's say you have subscription now, where monthly people either they donate to you or they buy from you, or you have a membership site or something where people are actually buying from you every single month or donating to you every month. So if you do 25 a month, a week, okay, that would be 24.25, $2,425 a month. That would be $9,700. Look at that. That's a great income right there. Times 12, that's already $116,400. What if you sold 15 courses a week at a price point of $250? Then that would be $3,750 times 4 weeks in a month. You're going to make $15,000. That is $180,000 a year. Some lawyers don't even do that. Some doctors don't even do that. Well, when you take out all of their expenses, that's going to be their take-home pay. Some of them do less than that. So imagine you can be making $180,000 and nobody mentioned the fact that you need a degree, that you need this expertise or that. You just use your gifts and talents, because there are people who are even teaching how their dogs should be obedient, teaching, everything and anything online, and they're able to do that. Now, what if you are, coaching high paying clients? Let's say you have some executives, or you coaching or consulting even for businesses and churches or nonprofit, and you do, let's say, 5 of them a week. So that's not a lot of people. It's 5 different organizations. Every week they pay you $1,000. That's $5,000. You do that every month. $20,000 each year. That will be $240,000. You're looking at almost $250,000 right there. Now, you might don't ever think, oh, that's not me. People are doing this. I'm putting this there because it's reality. I've covered all these things in Monetize Your Skills Academy. We've interviewed now and seen over 110 people who are more than doing these things. Okay. Now, if you do speeches, 3 speeches at $5,000, and you do 3 of them a week, you're looking at $15,000 multiplied by 460,000. That is $720,000 a year. Now, I'm saying this can become a career, though, when you think of it on that level. The reason why we may not see it because it's like, oh, you're doing too many things, you're doing a lot of stuff. But I'm saying if you were to focus entirely on this, let's just say you hire even, okay, if you're making $720,000 a year and you hire 3 people and pay them $50,000 each, that's only $150,000 coming out of that, okay? Because they are going to be the one to book the speaking engagements for you. That's a great salary for anybody in today's world, at least. Or you do masterminds. Masterminds are more like group coaching where you bring together high level people together and they pay the big bucks. Or you can, let's say you have 12 people and each of them pay $1,000. So now that's $12,000. You do that, 4 times in a month. That's $96,000. And within a year, you are looking at $1.1 million. Now I bet you can see now, at least this is a framework that can tell us, now I know how to make 6 and 7 figures. Because again, most people only wish. They only wish I can do it. Now I just shared with you the numbers. I just gave you a mathematical framework, a strategic framework, a realistic, practical framework on actually how to do so. So take a picture of this, follow it. If you are in our course, it's going to be there. We're going to post this. Actually, I'm going to take this particular training right here and I'm going to put it in our book to business bootcamp. So that can be an extra bonus. So you can go over this stuff, get inspired. Okay, get inspired. Now, that's all I want to share with you real quick towards this video. And as you look at this video again, be inspired that all things are possible. If it's possible with someone else, it's possible for you as well. But you have to get your book published ASAP because again, the book opens the door. Opens the door. And I'm giving you an opportunity that, listen, if you go right now to strategicsecrets.com/book to business, you will be able to enroll in book to business bootcamp. Listen, it's not expensive. It's very, very cheap actually. And I've put in this for our community because I want more people to actually write their books and begin to see opportunities like this because this opportunity would not be afforded to you. Listen, Torres had this knowledge and information before, but he could not actually do this without his book. Okay? Is when the book was created, now he's able to see the floodgates and the doors open. So that's really what the same thing is with myself. Okay? Until I had created these products and programs, the money was not able to come. But once you have them, now you see the doors open. So get your book published, okay? People have spent so much money on degrees and all of this stuff. Nothing wrong with that, but I'm saying your degree is not making you 6 figures and 7 figures right now. So I'm telling you, you can spend less than $500 and get a system and strategy and a process of being able to potentially make 6 and 7 figures. Your degree did not promise you any of that. But now we see regular average Joes and Janes doing it. It doesn't matter what your background is. I'm telling you, you have to invest in yourself. Okay. I've paid thousands of dollars to learn some of these kind of things. Okay. I paid one time $12,000 just for 5 days of learning email marketing. I paid $1,900, $2,000 was to be able to learn some basic publishing after I already had figured out much of my thing, but I want to learn more. But just to become part of a private group, I had to pay $2,000. So I value myself. Okay. So if you go to Book to Business Bootcamp, you can be able to get in there now. We have a to-pay. There's actually several payment options, but take advantage of it. Okay, so the ball is in your court. That's what my French teacher used to say. So click right now on this website right below here and get into Book to Business Bootcamp. So here's Torres videos as we check out for today. Be inspired. I believe in you. God is with you and he can make all things possible for you. Never doubt that. So I will see you.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Listen, man, it's your boy, Pastor Torres, man. Look, I want to promote. I'm here on the Hope channel, man, promoting my book, Set on Fire. Listen, man, so far we did about 1,000 copies already, and we just ordered a new shipment in. Go ahead on and get yours. Go to TorresMontgomery.com, TorresMontgomery.com, and also look out for Hope channel interview. It's going to come out in May, right? The month of May. I'll post some stuff on it about on my web page or whatever. But thank you again, man, for the support. And I'll see you when I'm coming to a city near you. Peace. Yes, sir. Hey, it's about to go down, man. We got some goodies up in there coming to you real soon. That's right, man. We got some goodies up in there. We'll show y'all what it is in just a few minutes. All right. Hey, what's up, y'all? Look, I told y'all I was gonna show you what's inside. So what's inside, man, is we got 5,000 more copies of Set on Fire. Listen, man, we already did 1,000, right? And we just ordered 5 more thousand. You know what I'm saying? Get your copies. I'm telling you, man, people are being blessed by the book. You know what I'm saying? I get feedback, I'm getting messages. You know what I'm saying? And this is how we doing it, man. We doing it one book at a time. Hey, look, this is what self-publishing look like on the grind. You know what I'm saying? Listen, you have a dream, you have a goal, you gotta do what you gotta do to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Self-publishing, listen, if you're an author out there, man, you trying to write a book, you wanna write a book, and nobody wanna publish it for you, do it yourself. You know what I'm saying? Do it yourself. It's gonna be hard work. It's gonna be some grit, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna take time, you gotta be patient, but you can still do it. Support TaurusMontgomery.com, go get a copy or 2 or 5 or 10 or 20 or 100, you know what I'm saying? However you feel. All right, led to do. I'll see y'all. Peace.
So, you are still here. Why are you still here? Go right now and get into Book to Business Bootcamp. I hope that inspired you today. We just saw and learned how you can take your book and actually make $25,000 within the next quarter. Taurus did it in 8 weeks. You can do it in less, but it doesn't matter. The point is that you have a blueprint now on at least making a first $25,000 from your book, and all you got to do is rinse and repeat. Alrighty? But if you have not written a book, or you want a better, more strategic way of writing your book and learn at least 7 to 8 different ways of monetizing your book, then you need to go to Book to Business Bootcamp right now. Go to strategicsecrets.com/book to business bootcamp, and then you will be able to get involved in this course. Or if you are still here, click on the right hand side if you're on your computer and click that button. It will take you straight to the offer. Or if you're on your mobile device like your phone or your iPad or anything along those lines, just click to the bottom of this video. May God richly bless you. I appreciate your time today, and we will be in touch soon. I'll see you on the next webinar next week. God bless. Bye-bye.